Mr. Koholo, Yabashin Yoshai, Bashin Kakudash. I want to give double honors to the Apostle Jim as the rules well. Peace, blessings, salutations to Yakim out there. Yakim tuning in. And to the Israelite frontiers that are scattered across the four corners. We being prisoners of war, waiting for the return of our Lord, Yahushua. This is what happened here in Virginia, the snowstorm. I'm going to let this video play, then I'm going to apply scriptures.
Were to reopen an icy stretch of Virginia's I-95 on Tuesday as thousands of people were stranded in their vehicles in standstill traffic. Cars on the 47-mile stretch came to a stop around 8 p.m. Monday night. The highway was shut down Tuesday in both directions near Fredericksburg, some 55 miles south of Washington, D.C., after a storm dumped up to a foot of snow. Marine Isaac Arcos was trapped in his car with freezing temperatures.
One thing I can say, I learned this the hard way. Fredericksburg, Stafford area, when it calls for snow, stay away from it. That's a little hectic zone area where anytime it calls for snow, that area for some reason gets impacted and hit if I'm saying it right, drastically. But I guess people didn't take heed.
Temperatures outside.
It was kind of like losing hope. Everybody just turned off their vehicles almost at once. And once I reached that point, I too found myself doing that.
Arcos was still on the highway Tuesday, slowly making his way to a Marine Corps base.
Scary part was the fact that I was losing gas because the roads were obviously icy. My vehicle was doing a little bit too much work.
One thing I say is call lawyer Bashin Shah. Now I can imagine the people that wasn't prepared for this to happen, that didn't have the right clothing, that didn't eat, that didn't have gas in their car, and so forth. Yeah, the Lord does things that the Lord knows how to really judge a person and get and the scripture talks about reaping and sowing. That's why it's good to fall in the hands of Yahweh Shah, that you do the right thing, keep His commandments and fear the Lord and do the thing that's right in His eyes, because the Lord knows how to get at people. And again, I'm gonna let the video play.
And I hadn't refilled my gas tank since I left North Carolina, and right now currently I'm about 48 miles from my base, so that's something that I got to worry about, because while I've been stuck here, I've had to have my car on and then off to conserve the gas, but I need to turn it on to get heat from my vehicle. Obviously it would get very cold in my car very fast.
As the nightmarish highway paralysis continued, many drivers tweeted about their hours-long ordeal, among them Virginia Senator Tim Kaine. On Tuesday morning, he tweeted, "I started my normal 2-hour drive to D.C. at 1 p.m. yesterday. 19 hours later, I'm still not near the Capitol." By Tuesday afternoon, he tweeted an update. "Okay, after 27 hours on the road from..."
I guess that's supposed to make them feel better, which is all bullshit anyway. He's a senator. They don't have to. It's all bullshit, man. But, that's your so-called American politics, governors, and so forth.
From Richmond to D.C., very happy to be back in the Capitol. State and local personnel worked through the night to clear downed trees, help disabled vehicles, and reroute drivers. Governor Ralph Northam on Tuesday tweeted, "While sunlight is expected to help VADOT clear the road, all Virginians should continue to avoid I-95. But authorities, including Northam and the Virginia Department of Transportation, came under fierce criticism for the state's response and failure to call in the National Guard.
All right, not even 5 days in a weekend, and boom, there you go, Calamity. This is a calamity. This is any great misfortune or cause of misery, generally applied to events or disasters which produce extensive evils, as loss of crops, earthquakes, conflagrations, defeat of armies, and the like. But is applied also to the misfortune which bring great distress upon individuals. And that was a calamity that was created by the Lord and has caused people great distress. And I can imagine the people that was already on the highway that was on tank of E. You know, the gas tank was already on E, and they couldn't really go nowhere. And anybody that really traveled through Virginia, going from Richmond to D.C., and when you get to certain areas, Northern Virginia, it's places that once your car's in there, you can't leave. So you pretty much have to ditch your car, and then you just go from there. Um, so I can imagine what the things that Esau didn't show. The women, the babies, um, elderly, and so forth. This is all beautiful, man. Again, not even weeks in, and this is what happened. So it says Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. You got to realize, man. It's a lot of great wickedness that happened in America, and see, these people don't consider these things to come. They don't think of catastrophes, calamities, distress, and bad times, and it's going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So Proverbs 1, and this is funny as hell to me. Um, I'm pretty sure the brother's laughing, and the Lord is the Lord laughed because here it is. These proudful ass people here in America. They think nothing can happen to them. They think life is so perfect. They live in this Disneyland, la la land. Everything supposed to go smooth, feel good at all times. But bam. So it said Proverbs 1:26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Hey, it's funny as hell to me. And to me personally, I think that's some how the way this weather just came out of nowhere with some Edomite shit, orchestrated by the harp system. But ultimately, ordained from Yahweh Shah. Because the day before that, the weather was 70 degrees. Now here it is, you have 70 degrees. Now you have a snowstorm, and they shut down the whole highway. Nobody could move. So you probably had a lot of people laughing. Ha ha ha! Oh, there ain't nothing gonna happen. It's 70 degrees the day before, 60 degrees. Shit was damn. It was spring, but then bam. So it said, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon. I can imagine the nigger woman. I can imagine you Jakes, hollering upon the Lord and so forth. But I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. So the Lord's not going to hear, again, all you people that, that has called evil good and good evil, you're not going to find the Lord in these times to come. This is one part. 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And we know why, because, men are lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despiser of those that are good. And so everybody hates the Bible. Everybody hates the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible. Starting with the elites on down. The elites gradually destroyed the words of the Bible and blasphemed it. With this so-called white supremacy, which is Edomite supremacy. And, now the whole world life in straight great confusion. It says, traitors, Haiti, high-minded lovers of pleasures more than the lovers of Yahweh. And everybody has this, oh, I want to feel good at all times. That doesn't even make sense. So, Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now the days, now thy creator. And this, this truth is for, this gospel is for you so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanics, Native Americans, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the year draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasures in them. Because now people are going to really start to really realize it's not about feeling good. You're not going to be living in Disneyland. There's no more La La Land. There's no more you think you can do what you want. Now you have to face reality. And see, these are the things that people try to run from their whole life because, they were trying to escape pain and agony and suffering. But you could never run from it. You have to deal with it. You have to fight it. You have to bear with it. You have to get the understanding and purpose and meaning of why we're going through and why we're suffering. We have a wicked ruler, Esau, the so-called white man, and if you are so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native American, we are underneath those curses, and we can't escape them, and we can't run from it. We have to prepare our minds and prepare ourselves mentally, so we can deal with these things physically. In Lord's will, He guideth and guideth our steps into the kingdom. All right, one more. Galatians, yeah, Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. So a lot of these people, they're a lot of bad things are coming towards them because all their life they have sowed, wickedness, man. So there's a lot of pain and agony that's ready to come upon these people. It said, let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And the one Thursday elect, Lord's will, we were part of those men, we're going to be, the Lord's going to take care of us. We're going to be in well-being. We're not going to be, in distressful moments. We're going to be in some, but the Lord's going to deliver us. But the point is, man, what you saw that happened on 95, man, that's calamity, man. Distress. And again, you can only imagine what they didn't show and what they only showed. And again, it hasn't even been a week in 2022, and there you have it. So that's the end of the video. Lord's will, y'all were edified. That was a shalom.